G'day guys, welcome to another layout. Now this layout's going to look a little odd because I've covered a heap of photos up. The reason behind it, obviously, this is from Jennifer's Year 6 camp, and there's teachers in some of these photos, there is other students in some of these photos, and I do not have permission to show them online, therefore they're covered up. So I apologise for the fluoro post-it, but it's the best I can do, I'm afraid. Now I am going to town with my sprays. These are my Distress Oxide. I used peacock feathers and wild honey. Sorry, I have a lozenge in my mouth just to make sure that I hopefully don't cough and carry on. Apologies for that. Now I am just going to town. The reason I chose these colours is because these were her school colours in primary school. So they actually had blue as well. So I decided that I would use some of these colours and use some of my dilution stencils, which I haven't used in a little while. This big one is called Large Stencil. It's a Dylusions Large Stencil, and it's called, this is the coolest name, Martha's Most Massive Matte. That is what this, that's what that stencil is called. Seriously, Diane Reevely, she just comes up with the most quirky names. I absolutely love it. Now, this stencil, I sort of went, okay, how do I want to go about this? I'm spraying this down onto Vicky Bouton's mixed media cardstock. It's the white one. And I wanted to get a little bit messy, but not ridiculous. I know that sounds silly because I've pulled out papers, but I thought that I could integrate the blue into this because her school colours in primary school were teal, gold, and it's a blue. They call it royal blue, but it's not royal blue. It's more of a cornflower blue. Anyway, I thought I could integrate that colour. I then realised that I had made a big mistake and it looked terrible and I didn't like it at all. So how do we fix that, guys? I'm telling you, with me, if you're new to my channel, first of all, hi, how you going? I am I feel like I have to show you the good, the bad and the ugly. I can go, like you, I can go a couple of days or a couple of weeks and not have any stuff ups at all. And then I can go on a run of them. And every single layout has got a stuff up on it, guaranteed, without question. And it's just one of those things. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I have purposely put this on an angle because I think when you have circles like this, it can look a bit too linear. So the stencil I'm using now is actually, it's the large coins stencil. So they're just different shaped circles, basically, just wobbly sort of circles. And it creates a really cool effect. I really do like it. Now, I did think about just doing it on two sides, but I need it to be more uniform than that. I just can't do it. I'm using a makeup sponge and just a bit of black acrylic paint. That's all I'm doing. You can see that I have put down my white mat underneath to try and protect my new craft mat for as long as possible. Yeah, so what else have I been up to? I've been trying to get my voice to come good. I do have a throat lozenge in my mouth at the moment, and to hopefully prevent me from coughing. It's incredibly frustrating, whatever this bug is. It's driving me crackers, but that's okay. So I can see I'm making more mess than... I'm not really cleaning it. I'm making more of a mess. Now that big white mat, you might be thinking to yourself, what is that? It's actually from window tinting. So from when we tint windows, I had to put some new tint on Taylor's sliding glass door in her room. And you peel that stuff off and it's really good. You can it's thick enough and durable enough. You can actually get a couple of uses out of it, which is really good. And I just use it to cover my desk. Sometimes I don't, if you've been here for a hot minute, you know that I don't normally care if I get a little bit here, there and everywhere. But I am mindful that you guys don't want to just look at a big mess of mixed media all over my desk. That to me can be very off-putting, especially if I'm doing just a paper layout. So I try not to do that too much. Now I've pulled out my UNIBALL SIGNO BROARD white pigment ink pen. And the reason I've done that is because I'm going over the acrylic. If I was going over the sprays, I wouldn't use this pen, because I would come up with an alternative way of doing it, because the UNIBALL SIGNO pen, because it's pigment ink, so it's wet. So as soon as it sits, and because it doesn't dry instantly, going on top of the Distress Oxide sprays, it changes the color. It takes up the color that's from underneath, and it doesn't stay white. It goes to whatever that color is. Sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. So I didn't really want that on this layout. I'm trying to keep this one just all about the photos, but I wanted to have a cute background that allowed me to have a bit of a fiddle and a bit of a play with some of my mixed media. And yeah, so if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you pop in the comments below where you're from. Where did you find my channel? Did it just pop up? Is there something that you're looking for specifically on scrapbooking? I am trying to focus 2024, the first half of 2020. I basically plan 6 months in advance, okay? I don't really, my little creative brain doesn't like to go too far in advance, because times change, things happen, kids get sick, kids get jobs, just things change, we go through AFL training, we have dance, we have gymnastics, we have all sorts of things going on all year long. So it's kind of, I don't like to plan too far in advance. But what I can tell you that I have got going down the track is I am going to be using a lot of my, people call it a stash. I don't like to call it a stash because I love my collection. I have been collecting stuff for so long. I've got so much paper and so much in the, it's everywhere from modeling pastes to texture paste to sequins to glitter to paint to watercolor paint to, just so much. And there's so many papers that I already have. So I want to use some of those. I have purchased for the month of December, I have made a purchase of some papers. So, and some paper pads. I have done that. So not everything's going to be old, but I will definitely be putting a nice focus on using up your collection, the stuff that you've been collecting for years and years and years. If you're new to scrapbooking, it can be just as helpful watching people use their older supplies to watching someone using their newest supplies. Sorry, I need a drink because I'm going to cough again. I'm sorry. My throat is red raw. Now, you can gain knowledge. If you're new to scrapbooking, you can gain knowledge from, it doesn't matter how old the papers are, how new the papers are. For me, the most important thing is, can you still get them? In case it's something somebody wants, that I will always link. If I can find, paper pads or whatever, or collections still being available somewhere, I will let you know. I will always list underneath what they are. When I say underneath, in the description, I mean. Yeah. So it's really, I think it's really helpful. I also want to make sure that people don't think that there's a lot. Last year, I felt a lot of pressure to constantly I have to constantly be using the newest item. the newest thing. I have to buy the next thing. I've got to have the next collection that comes out. And I'm here to tell you guys that you don't have to do that. You do not. Scrapbooking is to have fun. It is memory keeping. It is letting us dip our toe in the creative world, whether we like just papers, whether we like mixed media, whether we just want to use papers and pens, you know, all of those things. You might want to do cut files. You might have a die cutting machine. There's so many different things. Please, 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 if you're on my channel, do not ever feel that you have to buy the latest and greatest anything, because that is just not the case. I am just about done this layout, guys, so I'm going to just trim this one up now, and I will definitely be back with another video tomorrow. This one is uber quick. Like I said, it was going to be a quick one anyway, but as I said, apologies for the photos, my post-it note photos. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, in the description below, there is my link to buy me a coffee. If you would like to help contribute to purchasing more product for the channel. That way I can bring you more and more videos showing and using different things. Not to mention Facebook and Instagram, links in the description below in case you want to get in touch with me, or if you want to go and see the still photos, they are all over there as well. And yeah, you can contact me through Instagram or through Facebook. So thank you so much, guys. I will be back tomorrow with another video. Bye for now.